Hey there, welcome back to Nancy's Homestyle Kitchen. Today we're gonna make something called frog's eye salad. Now I know that sounds terrible, but it's very popular in the Midwest, places like Utah, Idaho, and it's either called frog's eye salad or frog eye salad, and basically it's a different version of an ambrosia or fruit salad. This recipe actually takes 2 days to make. Today, what we're gonna do is make the custard and combine it with the cooked pasta. So to make the custard, these are the ingredients. You need 1 3/4 cup of pineapple juice. The pineapple juice I got from 2 different sources. One is a 20-ounce can of pineapple tidbits that I drained. I'm gonna use these pineapple tidbits tomorrow to incorporate into the salad. And that only gave me about a cup of pineapple juice. So I added 1 can of pineapple juice and that gave me the 1 3/4 cup. So these pineapple tidbits are gonna go in the fridge and we'll use them tomorrow. The rest of the ingredients for the custard are 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So let's go over to the stove and we'll begin making the custard. I have my 3.5 quart heavy saucepan on the stove. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on to medium heat. And the first thing we're gonna do is add the dry ingredients. So here is the sugar, the flour, and the 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm gonna whisk those together. And while that's heating up, I'm gonna take the 2 eggs and beat them gently. We can add these to the pot. And then immediately we want to add the pineapple juice because we don't want our eggs to scramble. So I have this flat kind of silicone whisk. It works really good for sauces and stuff that are shallow in the pan. I think I got this from Pampered Chef. I use it all the time. I used to actually have 2 of them. I used them so much. But all we're gonna do is whisk these ingredients together over the medium heat until we get a nice thick custard. So as it's heating up, I'm just gently whisking it so it doesn't stick to the bottom. It's a little frothy, but that will all disappear as soon as it thickens up. Have you ever had this salad before or made it? I'd be really interested to know. If so, put it in the comments and let me know if you've tried it and if you've liked it. And also, if you've made this before or you know of it by a different name, I'd also be interested to learn about that too. And you can see it is starting to thicken up, but we're just gonna keep this over the medium heat and just being patient and let it come to the final thickness that we need for the custard. As you can see, it's slowly starting to thicken. This is a process you don't want to rush. You don't want to just put it on high and in the interest of time get it thick. You really want this to come together naturally at the medium heat. That way you don't risk burning and scorching the bottom. Okay, it started to kind of boil, so I turned the heat off. And what we want to do now is a spoon test to see if it's at the right texture. Just dip your spoon into the custard, run your finger across it, and as long as it keeps a line here on the spoon, you know your custard is set. So at this point, we're gonna add the lemon juice and just whisk it in. This needs to cool to room temperature. So as this is cooling, I'm gonna go ahead and cook the Acini de Pepe pasta. I wanna cook it according to the package directions. My package had 9 minutes, and I think I'm gonna need to cook it for maybe an additional couple minutes so it's not al dente. We want it soft because essentially this salad, the texture in there is gonna be like tapioca pearls. So once this is cooled and my pasta is cooked and cooled, we'll come back and we'll combine them together. I went ahead and poured the custard out onto a cookie sheet and put it into my homemade blast chiller, aka freezer in the garage. And it cooled within about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna take it from this cookie sheet and put it into this bowl. And you could see how nice and thick it is. And it's just like a nice custard or pudding with a tropical pineapple flavor. So here's the custard now in the bowl, and here is our bowl of Acini di Pepe pasta. So it's been boiled and cooled. It's all nice and drained. So we're just gonna put this in with the custard, mix it up, and we'll chill it overnight. And I know calling it frog eyes just seems so funky and weird, and some of you would be like, oh my gosh, I can't not eat it now because you called it that. But trust me, this is a really good dish, and especially with little kids and little boys, they'll think this is really cool. Okay, so that's all in there, and we'll give it a stir. Perfect. Okay, I will see you tomorrow when we come back and we add the final ingredients. We are back, it's the next day, and it's time to assemble our salad. Yesterday, I told you that this recipe takes 2 days to make because that is the way my grandma made it. But actually, I was thinking last night that if you started this process, making the custard and the pasta, mixing it, if you started that early in the morning and let it chill for about 6 to 8 hours, I think you would be fine. But I'm just staying true to the way she did it to teach it to you, but I think that's totally doable. So the ingredients that are gonna go into the salad are the 20-ounce can of pineapple tidbits that we drained the juice from yesterday. I quartered these because I like smaller bits of pineapple in my salad instead of the bigger chunks. This is 2 8-ounce cans of mandarin oranges that I drained, and I chopped those as well so I don't have really big pieces. I have 1 cup of coconut, and this is just unsweetened shredded coconut. I put it on a sheet pan and put it in the oven at 350 for about, I think it was 5 to 7 minutes, just to toast it, because I prefer the flavor and the texture of toasted coconut over the raw. And I have 1 cup of mini marshmallows and 1 tub, it's an 8-ounce tub of whipped topping. So to get started, let's do the whipped topping first. I'm just gonna dump that in and kind of give it a fold into the custard and the pasta. When you're folding, you just want to kind of pick up your spoon or your spatula and just kind of turn it over on itself. We don't want to break any of these little pasta bits down. We want them to stay whole so we can maintain the texture of the salad. All right, so the whipped topping is incorporated. Let's add in the pineapple and the mandarin oranges. And we'll fold those in, and then we'll finish by folding in the marshmallows and the coconut. You can really smell the pineapple juice in here with the custard. And it just has a sweet pineapple scent to it. All right, 1 cup of mini marshmallows. And if they're sticking together, just break them apart. We don't need clumps of mini marshmallows in there. We want everything pretty much to stand on its own and be separated. Let me give that a fold, and then we'll finish with the coconut. Finishing with the 1 cup of shredded and toasted coconut. Now I can smell the coconut with the pineapple. Again, we're just folding it in so we're not breaking down any of the pasta or the fruit now that has been incorporated into the bowl. All right, that will do it. Now let's taste it. Grab a spoon. Make sure I get a little bit of everything, the marshmallow. I see some pineapple in there, the mandarin orange. Okay, I know the name of this salad sounds terrible, but seriously, if you like pineapple, mandarin oranges, coconut, tropical flavors, you don't mind tapioca, you really need to try this recipe. Anyway, I look forward to seeing your comments to see if you've ever had this before and the different name variations that you've experienced with it. I hope this was a fun video to watch and something that is new that you could introduce to your family and maybe use for some picnics or special occasions coming up this spring. It would be absolutely perfect for spring or summer. So anyway, thank you for watching and we'll see you on the next video.